Lord, I can't do this without you. Last night I sat in the dark alone, trying to fight tears nobody knows. My heart was heavy, my soul was weak, and even breathing felt hard for me. I smiled all day so no one could tell, but inside I was not doing well. Too much pressure, too much pain, too many storms inside my brain. And I kept asking, how much more can I take? I was losing strength right there in my faith.
I almost gave up last night.
Almost let the darkness win.
Almost stopped believing
I would smile again, but right there in my weakness, when my tears fell like rain, God held me together and whispered my name. I almost gave up last night, but heaven kept me alive. Some wounds don't show on skin. Some battles happen deep within. People say, just be strong, but they don't know how long it's been. Too many nights without real sleep, too many promises I couldn't keep. I kept praying for a breakthrough, but silence was answering me. And every moment felt heavier than before. I was standing, but barely anymore. I almost gave up last night, almost walked away in pain, almost lost a little hope. I was trying hard to say, but mercy found me broken right there on the floor. God said, child, keep breathing, I still have more. I almost gave up last night, but God wouldn't let me go. Maybe you're listening right now, trying hard not to break down, smiling while your world collapses, hoping someone sees you now. Maybe your prayers feel unanswered, maybe your faith feels weak, but the God who sees your silent tears still hears you when you speak. So hold on a little longer, please don't let go now. The same God who kept you yesterday will carry you somehow. We almost gave up last night, almost drowned in all the pain, almost thought tomorrow would never come again. But God stepped through the silence and carried every scar, reminding us in darkness how strong His promises are. We almost gave up last night, but grace kept pulling us through. When I had no strength left, You carried me. When my heart was breaking,
You stayed with me.
when I cried in silence,
You heard every tear.
and when I felt forgotten, Lord, you were near. You were near. You were near. So if your soul feels tired and and your heart feels weak, if the night feels endless and peace feels out of reach, just breathe one more time. Heaven still sees your fight, and if you're still here today, God kept you alive. I almost gave up last night, but your love pulled me through. When I thought it was over, Lord, you made all things new. Now I know in every valley I never walk alone. Even in my darkest moment, heaven calls me home. I almost gave up last night, but I'm still standing here today.